Hello my beautiful bubs, welcome back to my channel, Boss Up Budgets. On this channel I do cash stuffing, budgeting, saving up challenges, and all things money related. I also love to sit and chat with you guys, give you guys life updates or whatever's going on in my world. This week we're going to be doing episode 2 of my Let's Talk series, and we're going to talk about everything in goals. What are we going to try to achieve in 2025? What are our aspirations and our visions? Hopefully this gives you guys some inspiration into when you're planning and finance budgeting for 2025. So before we start, I do want to give a quick shout out to my cute, beautiful birthday nails. This month is my birthday month. I'm an Aquarius baby. My birthday is at the end of this month, and I know we're in Capricorn season right now, so don't want to take it away from anyone, but you guys know I love pink and I love everything bougie and classy. So these are the nails that I created for myself. If you don't know, I do own a press-on business, and so it's called pressedandperfected.com, in which I make press-on nails, luxury press-on nails that are acrylic based, so that you guys can have the acrylic styles at your home in your convenience. If you want to check it out, I have a lot of different variety of designs. You can adjust them to whatever length that you want. So just because the photo looks a little bit long, I do offer nail lengths from small to XXL. These, the ones that I'm wearing, are actually large, so they're right in between the small and the small and the extra large. You can literally adjust them however you feel like, and I will create them and send them to you. So my processing time is pretty fast too, so have fun, check it out. Episode 2 of Let's Talk series, and I'm really happy and excited that I'm doing these kinds of series. The last series I talked about my career and I got a lot of great positive feedback, and I'm so happy that I'm surrounded by some HR ladies and men, if you guys are also watching. So I appreciate you, and that's why I wanted to do episode 2 and talking about the goals for 2025, because I think in January it's just a good time to set out your budget, your finance goals. I'm an overachiever, so I already have my finances budgeted and planned out for the next 4 years. I know, kind of crazy, but because I have an ultimate goal, you guys, and I want to be financially free very early on, and so I don't want to always worry about money. And I think if I work really hard and set my my budget, my finances aside to give myself a really good cushion, hopefully I can retire early. That's kind of the dream, that's kind of the goal. And then not only to retire myself, but retire my family. My mom, single mom, she's been working so hard, and so if I can contribute to anything so that she can have a more comfortable living, that is my goal. I think the best way to talk about my goals, I have 2 things. Of course, we have to talk about what we want to save for and what we have as debt. First and foremost, I have 0 credit card debt that was absolved in 2024. So when I was off camera taking that long break, I attacked all of my debt. The only 2 things that I have that are outstanding is my student loan and my car. For student loan, I have it on an auto payment, so my goal is to continue doing that. I know that if you make like 120 payments or something like that, you can get debt forgiveness depending on which industry of work you're in. That's why I'm just doing it 50, or the minimum payment, which is $54 a month. The interest rate is just so low right now, you guys. And then my other big debt is my car note. So I have about 9.8k left last time I checked. In 2025, I just want to absolve all of it. I don't want to deal with that car debt any longer, and I want to officially fully own my car. Those are the 2 things that I'm just going to focus on in 2025. Those 2 things alone is already going to take out a big chunk of my net paycheck, and so everything else will be into savings. So I think the easiest way is actually when I talk through all of it, because all of these envelopes I pretty much are things that I'm looking to save up for. The first one is Bentley Emergency. I actually want to get him to 5,000. Currently he's at 2.8 right now, and actually he's been irritated in his left ear for some time now, so I'm looking to take him to the vet in the upcoming months. But I want to make sure that I have at least $5,000 before anything, because that vet bill is like super steep, you guys, even with my pet insurance. I want to make sure that everything is okay, especially with him being a senior dog and everything. In a couple of months right now, I'm just kind of monitoring it before it gets too bad, but of course if it gets worse, then I'm going to take him in. I've taken him in 2 times before with his ear, and there's been nothing wrong with it. So this is just a precaution, you guys. So for car emergency, I do want to stuff this I have a bill. I'm gonna get all new tires from Costco in the next coming months, but after that I actually do want to stuff this envelope about $1,000 just in case, like, you know, oil changes or anything with my battery in my car. I have that money aside. My health emergency is not really that important, but whatever I get to, I get to. Main emergency, pretty important. I'm trying to save at least 3 to 6 months of my expenses, my bills, and all this stuff. And so I'm roughing around, it's gonna be 6 months, it's gonna be around 26,000. I don't know if it's gonna be completely fulfilled this year, but that is what I'm achieving and trying for. Rainy day, I'm trying to look for like 300, 500 to be put in my debit card. House, I think that's the only one, right? So my mom, Mi Vida, these are just like kind of rolling. I don't have an end goal for them, but as much as I can left over in like all my expenses and my bills, I do want to stuff them. New beginnings, again, same thing with Mom and Mi Vida. And then for travel envelope, I do want to reach a goal of 2.5 by the end of this year. I think next year I'm going to celebrate my birthday in Vegas for 2026, but for 2027 and thereon after, me and my boyfriend are actually gonna, his birthday's in November, mine's in January, so right around either November or January we're gonna start doing like an annual travel trip. We've been wanting to like go overseas and do international travel, but like we just never had the time for it or the funds. We want to allocate like 2.5 to 5,000 each starting in 2027 so that we can visit all those countries that we've been wanting to. Like, I know on my bucket list I want to visit Spain, so Barcelona or Madrid. I want to visit Greece. I want to visit Thailand, Japan, Korea. So those are like, and Vietnam, of course. So those are like the 6 top places that I want to go to. Not to mention Bali. I want to go to Cabo, Cancun. We need to travel as much as we can before, you know, we take the next chapter of our lives, which is popping out babies. And you know, I'm getting up there in 80. Still have a couple of good years left, you guys. Anyways, so the biggest one, you guys, I wanted to save this one for last to talk about because there's just so much that you can dive into it. Like, a house can be its own binder in itself, which is something that I'm looking forward to. Once this nest builds, I'm gonna make its own binder to like split everything up, like furniture, appliances, moving costs, you know, closing costs, 2 to 5%, down payments. I just want to like, everything needs its own envelope, so I make sure I don't go over budget on anything. I have a 4-year plan on which, based on what my income is in the near future and what my boyfriend is striving to have. So of course we're going to try to buy a house together. Pretty much our only source of income. I mean, I have a couple of other streams of income, but they're not as great as my 9 to 5 and my corporate job. And he's also a corporate person as well and working on his career. Within the next 4 years, we're looking for him to climb up the ladder, promotions, kind of do the same things that I did before as well. He's really excited. He's looking forward to it. So we kind of did a ballpark of like what the positions and the next steps are for him. And so with both of our income and our saving habits, all that, for the next 4 years, we're looking for a house. I think we've kind of like went back and forth and we kind of decided on, you know, which strategy or which route or which path we want to go to. And of course, this is not going to be like the exact thing that we're going to do in the next 4 years, meaning that our minds can change. Like, we can decide to do something completely different when it comes to owning a house. Right now, we're looking around the ballpark of $1.1 to $1.3 million for a home. That's a lot of money. And again, I live in one of the most expensive places to be in US. That being said, we're looking for houses around this market. Like, I do look at other places like maybe Vegas, maybe Houston, Dallas, Austin, San Diego. Like, the places that I'm looking for, I need to make sure that it's diverse, economy is good, and the houses are my aesthetic, because some places have good economy, good diverse places, and the aesthetic is just way too out of my norm. Like, I'm more of like a modern chic, big windows, very plain or modern or like futuristic type of vibes. I'm not very with the old school or like the I don't know how to explain it, but hopefully you guys kind of get my jazz. Some of the housing markets, like in other states, they're just not my vibe. Anyways, that's besides the point. So we're looking for 1.1 to 1.3. Like that's kind of the ballpark. And of course, that is the housing market of today. In 4 years, with the economy going up, 5% in the market, it's probably going to shift a little bit. And so even with that, we're going to try to stay within the budget because this is our 4-year plan. And so if we have to downsize on what we were thinking of, like as of today, then that's okay. But we want to make sure that we are able to support ourselves when we go into the housing market. And so with that being said, for the next 4 years, I am looking to grow the down payment. And with 1.4, if we're gonna do it on the very far end, 1.3, 1.4, it's gonna be around $280,000 in down payment, which is achievable by both of us. Like, don't get me wrong, that is achievable if we stick to the budget. We're going full send on it, and to have emergency fund, and to have the closing costs and furnitures, and like making sure the food is there, like our freaking pantry is stocked. So we do take all of that into account. So the big number is $280,000, but we were going to make sure that we have a big cushion, big cushion of 6 figures, so that we have the emergency funds and that we can prepare for the next chapter of our lives, which is make some babies, make some cute babies, because I really truly believe that me and my boyfriend would make very cute, tall babies. And mixed babies, of course, because he's Mexican. So yeah, that's kind of like what the savings goals are. And my advice, if I can give any at this point, is really plan out like your 4-year goals. I know it sounds kind of jarring, and maybe a lot of things are going to come up, or maybe you're not confident in achieving those goals, but I believe in setting yourself and putting yourself in that futuristic mindset. So in the future, fast forward to 2028 or 2029, I am well traveled. I have visited all the countries that I've wanted. I am closing on a house. I finally got my house keys. I am furniture shopping and appliance shopping with my hubby. Of course, me and my boyfriend are going to be married at that time. And I just have a space to host my loved ones. I have space for my mom to come and go and stay if she will. Perhaps even having a mother-in-law suite inside of our home. I don't know. It's just putting myself in a futuristic mindset helps me bring joy to my current day and know that I'm working for a goal. I'm passionate and I continue to drive for results. That is it for this week's series. I hope you guys enjoy that. I know I went on a little bit of a rant. Again, if you're looking for any luxury press-on nails, my link will be down below, pressedandperfected.com. But until next time, I will see you guys later. Ta-ta for now.